color style, face shape, size of the bow tie.
There's
a lot of consideration.
I did not consider all that. Even if it did not look good on me, I think I would still want to wear it.
You actually wear it like pretty nice.
Thank you. Yeah, something that's interesting about the way I tie my bow ties.
Yeah.
I usually these are ties.
Yes.
Neckties that I tie into my bow tie because I don't have any actual bow ties.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a neat way to be able to still have access to doing it.
Now, actually, that's the other part is only things I can say like today for you the way you wear bow tie, pattern on pattern. Try to avoid like bow tie is normally like a statement piece, so it's like your shirt is already have some pattern. Then with like a color of the bow tie, it's good to have a little bit of contrast, but the way like you kind of put this on, it's almost like two colors try to compete.
Oh, I see. So these don't go well together, you think?
Well, it looks casual enough, but like what to dress nice normally is like just a solid color or smaller pattern. Then like bow tie just you want to emphasize bow tie.
Sure.
Because you're wearing it and it's a nice bow tie. So.
Right. So a helpful way to contrast, what is it? Because I don't know if I have that skill. You say if you make sure it distinguishes the contrast even more?
Oh yes, just kind of like, because right now like your shirts is like a lot of patterns, color pop.
Yes.
Then the bow tie purple have some patterns also pop.
Right.
But they just try to create like a color contrast, so bring out the bow tie.
I see. Okay.
I think that's what you want.
Good. Okay. Because that's like the center of attention.
Yes.
I see. No, that makes sense.
Because the bow tie is really like nice statement piece for sure.
Sure enough, yeah. How do you understand so much about fashion?
Like to dress nice, so once in a while.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes just look at like some books, some videos.
Okay. That's probably a helpful start too.
Then sometimes like if you go to like some clothes shop in Calgary, just around here there are some nice men's like clothes shop.
Sure enough.
They just talk to like people there, like really like to help you, like really gave me a lot of knowledge about how to like bring out those.
Okay.
Bring out like make a statement piece.
Sure. No, that's really helpful. Have you ever wondered where or who or how fashion statements are established? For example, from my understanding, there are some years, like every year it seems there's a new standard or a new setting of here's what the color is going to be featured this year, and here's the designs or styles that are going to be encouraged.
I actually do not know. Like how this, because like 3-4 years ago, like the suits is become very popular. Then right now it's more back to like those casual dressing.
Right.
So I really don't know what's like actually is make those influence.
See, if you were to ask me what some brands are in even like nice dressed up clothes, I would not know because I don't wear. I mean, I wear it often, but I don't know who's the game players. For example, in sportswear, you know, Nike is a very quick name, or Adidas, or things like that, right? When it comes to the world of like business dress or formal dress, I have no idea, even though I always dress up.
Because that's actually the hard part. Because there are some big guys, but there is no one is like as dominant as like those sportswear. Like each is more towards like different designer. They contract different places to make their fabric.
Right.
Everyone like have their own
expression. So I often wonder socially how those cues get placed. As far as
I actually don't know. It's for how those style trend be involved. I don't know. It's very interesting for sure.
Yeah. And that's where my usually thoughts go when I think about influence.
Yes.
There's lots of influences in our culture, but how they get developed over time and how they get implemented as a result.
Yes.
For example, when they say this is going to be the new fashion code for this year, that means they have an influence that people are going to listen, one, and then follow as well.
True.
And that weight or influence, what was it based on?
Yes.
What makes this consideration more weighty than some other different expression?
True.
And how does that influence maintain its monopoly that everyone's always going to look to it as the leader, you know?
True.
That's the part that really intrigues me. And then it carries on to say, does it create more creativity in everyone who's going to follow, or does it create more clone, if you will, you know, more everyone is doing the same thing instead of a different expression? Is that valuable?
That's the part is like I actually don't know. Like a lot of like people try to set up those like fashion trend. For me, it's like those trends just doesn't make sense.
So it doesn't make sense, but do you feel the need to conform, or do you push back against it in your expression?
For me, it's definitely more towards, well, because those things is I'm not going to wear in my day. It doesn't matter how fashion they make it look.
Okay.
It just doesn't suit me. Like,
sure.
Those styles I don't understand why people think it looks nice.
Right.
It's become fashionable. You definitely have a market there, but some of those, like fashion show, those photos being put out, I look at it, it's like I cannot wear that. Or I'm not like how to say it. I'm not brave enough to wear that as daily things. I
see.
And also it's like I want my stuff to last longer.
Yes.
So I really appreciate like a nice bow tie, basic,
quality.
Very basic. Is like nice, suits, nice like jacket or leather jacket.
Sure.
Basic like shirt, t-shirt.
Sure.
Jeans.
Yeah.
And with those like very fashionable.
Yeah.
Almost I don't even know how to describe it. Those style.
Yeah.
It's fashionable, but for me, it just doesn't make sense.
I mean, even the fact that we wear as guys a tie, a necktie.
Yes.
What does a necktie practically and functionally do? Not very much.
Not so much. Well,
right, but it's just an expression of something that we've all bought into as an idea.
Yeah. And a lot of time, I think like for the neckties, like if they actually is real like those white collar wear like, or like blue, navy or black suits, so that's black tie, or no, black dress shoes, white plain white shirts, and that's the only way they can express themselves.
Yeah, I for example, when I was growing up, the color pink was considered feminine, and so boys were discouraged from wearing pink. They were discouraged from taking it on as a favorite color, that kind of thing. The culture has shifted in its perspective towards pink being a feminine color primarily, and it's been challenged. Now I've appreciated the challenge because at the very heart of the argument, I think it's something along the lines of, why does something have to be feminine as opposed to masculine, especially if someone has an interest in it? For example, why can't it be okay to be masculine and still enjoy the color pink? Now, I know for me, it's not my favorite color. I have my favorite color that I enjoy immensely. But pink, even though I grew up with this connotation, I was wanting to challenge that perspective that I'd grown up with, because I said, even though I don't care for the color, I still want to challenge that perspective that I grew up with. And so the best way I know how to do it this year, what I did at the beginning of the year, when people make their resolutions of, here's what I want to do this year. I said for myself, I want to challenge this perspective that's inside my head by looking for opportunities to not only wear pink, but also to like interact with pink, so that I don't follow that narrative that I grew up with before, saying, oh, I can't touch that, I always have to like push it away.
Actually, I think like your skin color pink will work very well.
A lot of people say that, yeah, absolutely. The contrast is significant, right?
And the funny part is I actually have like entire. I just had the suits made. It's actually light pink.
Really?
It's a summer suit, so it's perfect for this summer. Light pink.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like pink become feminine. It's not only until like I think it's like beginning of last 20th century.
Okay.
Before that, it's like pink is the color pretty much for like royalties and kings. So pink and purple is used to be like only like the kings and the royalties can wear those colors.
Yeah.
Then it somehow become feminine. Then right now it's coming back.
Yeah.
So.
How interesting. So that was like my small way of challenging that distinction in my fashion, for example. To say, I don't want to just say no because I'm taught to say no. I want to say no for a different reason, and first to do that, I want to challenge the perspective that I have that says that, you know. So yeah, that's important for me.
I actually really think like a lot of men actually should wear like more pink and like pink, purple, and red.
Just because they're good colors.
It's good colors. Red will be hard. Like if it's actually like really red, like rose red, it will be hard.
Yeah. Is there a specific color that would not look good with my skin tone?
Ooh.
Well, and if so, what would that be?
Actually, don't know. Maybe like go to like some of those like high-end men's shop, just like talk to the people there. Then they normally have a pretty good knowledge.
That's a good point.
I actually really appreciate like people is like actually curious about.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think I